Welcome to Amoso Real Talk. Thank you for your love. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting Amoso Real Talk. Now on Amoso Real Talk, before we go any further, I would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Industrial Machines Uganda. Reach them at Dinner Apartments B4 Plot 133 in Tinda, Kampala, Uganda. For you who is already in Uganda, and send them an email at ugandaallmachineries.com. Send Mr. Ikonyat Festus, who is their country manager. Send him an email at ikonyatfestus@gmail.com and reach their website for details, www.industrialmachines.com. Now, I would like to say a big thank you to the team that makes Amoso Real Talk happen. We say thank you so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for being there. Thank you for pushing Amoso Real Talk. Now, on that show today, we have a topic of discussion. As people who live on this planet, there are things that we cannot skip eyes from. Let's say, for instance, that love. We all live through love. Love makes us who we are. Love made us. Love makes us meet people. Love makes us interact with people. It's all about love. So today we have our guests. They will take us through love as a topic. How do they understand it? In what way? What is their perspective of love? And I'm so sure that you will surely learn something. You will be inspired. You will perhaps learn something and change for the betterment, because at the end of the day, we all need to love. Show love and receive love. Thank you. Welcome to Amoso Real Talk. Like we said earlier on, today our topic of discussion is basically about love. Generally, we're not going to say this and this, but it's going to be general, because as we live on this planet, there is one thing that defines us. It's love. There's one thing that makes us one. It's love. So we have guests today. We are so humbled to have them on Amoso Real Talk today. They will take us through their own perspective or understanding of the word love. So let's welcome them to the show. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourselves to the viewers of Amoso Real Talk.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm very honored as well to be here. Good evening, our viewers. I'm by name's Ephraim Mukasa, and I would love everyone to give us your ears. We are in the UAE. We don't know the time check at your places, but we are in the UAE. Right about now is a good evening. We're having viewers across the world. I don't know the time check in your places, but in the UAE it's a good evening by now. So I would love to say good evening, Mukasa Ephraim, and welcome to Amoso Real Talk.
Yes. Introduce yourself to us.
Okay, I'm going to greet everyone worldwide. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Let me hope everyone is fine. Today we're here for the topic of love, as she said. So I'm so happy. But before I give her, like, I want to tell you guys to subscribe to our channel, Amoso Real Talk.
Wow.
So just hit and like and comment.
Wow. Thank you very much. So let's dive right into this topic of love. When we see life itself, it's as we're brought up, as we came about to this world, right from the Genesis until now, until tomorrow, until the future. It's basically love in my own way. What do you see? How do you understand the word love as a general, and how do you go about it?
The thing is, what I believe, from when Adam and Eve, from the Genesis that we existed the first time, when we just gotten the introduction of the Bible, okay, we had Adam and Eve, okay, we were told that there was a lot of love, okay, and then it gotten even to our great-grandparents. From their generation to our generation, it's been our great-grandparents, okay, who are introduced to love from the generation that was lived before in the Bible. So it gets to us like, if we look at even our parents themselves, our parents, they looked at things in the way that we have to share. because at the end of it all, sharing is caring. So if you don't have to share, it means you're not in love.
Yes.
Love is not only about the people that we stay with.
Yes.
Love is all about even you loving yourself. If you love yourself, it means you love even other people.
True.
So if you don't identify it on your own perspective, you'll not love other people as well. So all I believe, it starts with us before we have to love any other person.
True.
So if you don't love yourself, it means you're not going to love anybody. And then you have to open up and know where love existed, because we had love in Egypt. We had love in the Bible. We had love with Jesus. We had love from the first creation. So I believe to get all of it all, it's not all about relationships.
Yes.
Like girlfriend, boyfriend, this and that,
wife.
husband. Love is mutually the way you feel. Because what you feel is what you give to others.
Wow.
So if you don't feel love, you cannot love other people. So according to me, I really feel that's the only way I can give my description of love, according to me.
Yes, can we hear from you too?
Okay, when you talk about love, love is, it's having a different, there are different ways of like telling you about love. But for me, as how I'm going to talk about this, it's like love is in all the society, because in this world we have to spread love. Yeah. What do I mean by that? Because when I say spreading love, it's the people you stay with.
Yes.
How do you talk to those people? How do you handle them? Because when you talk to those people well, in the right manner, you reach a time that you need everyone. Like in the society, everyone has importance. You understand? So it's always good to spread love.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow. That is so important. You said something like you cannot give what you don't have, and he talked about being nice. So
In
basically,
society, in society.
kindness is part of love.
Yeah.
So when we look at the generation we are in today, in our generation today, do you really see that there is that, you know, like you said, our parents before, our parents used to have friends and we could call them auntie, yet actually they are not related to us.
Exactly.
But it's just, they were just friends maybe from school and they grew up together. And you
to
know?
cut you a little bit short, I remember when I was growing up, we went to a mango tree, like in the society where we live, and then we went to get the mangoes.
Yes.
So when we went to get the mangoes, it was like a society of all of us, like all of us, okay, the kids that were living around. But our neighbor didn't only punish us, but came to my dad and reported to my dad, and all of us were punished. My dad went house to house, got all of us, and we are all punished like a society, which I don't think is existing today. Today you touch anybody's kid,
straight to prison.
They will tell you, we are going to put you to prison. Which was not existing before. So I believe it's a little bit changing. It's a little bit changing, but we understand due to
what do you think is making this change? Because is it the right way? Is it the right way to get your child corrected by your neighbor and then you run to the police? Is it love? What at the end of the day, how do you live your relationship with this person?
Okay.
I think repeat again?
Yeah, sorry. When he mentioned something like when they were growing up, they did something, maybe went to the mango tree. I believe you went there to steal mangoes.
Of course. We went there like all of us, like we went to steal mangoes.
Yes.
So when my dad came back, he was not only considering his kids.
Yes.
He got all of us, like the neighborhood,
Yes,
like all of us.
a bunch of you.
A bunch of us.
Yes.
And then we had to be punished in the African way.
So that is love, right?
So
That's love.
that is love, which is not existing
Today.
now. Because now they cannot do that. Of course, they'll have to ask you, like, you know,
who are
and maybe,
you?
Yeah, who are you to punish my kid?
Yes.
So I don't believe like it's the same way that it used to be before that we're having today.
And what do you think will bring this? Which effect can it cause?
Okay, there is
Where does it leave you?
There is even the Western influence, social media. If we look at the way the whites treat them, their kids, so even us, like the African society, we believe like we could be the same with the way, you know, with the way the Western are treating their kids. So, which I believe like we have to live in our old traditional ways, not like the way.
Because like nowadays, even like if you punish someone's kids, they're going to arrest you.
Yeah.
They will take you straight to the police, to prison. So I think that is the problem now.
Yeah.
There's no way that you're going to punish someone's kid without even.
Yeah.
But on this note, where does it leave you? You as a parent, the parent who has reported the fellow parent for punishing a kid because they're on the wrong.
What I believe, Amuso, is revising. As when I was starting, we need to go back to our grassroots. Like the way our parents used to live.
Which I think it's going to be difficult because nowadays the world is just
Yeah,
very
that's what
high.
I was going to
Now
ask.
we're having
Is that
smartphones.
possible?
We didn't have smartphone by
Yes.
then.
It's
so
revolving. It's revolving to because this love thing has been missing due to generations.
But as you mentioned about revolvement, I will see it that because of the social media influence, like you said, even parents, they don't connect. They don't show this parental love to their children, and because everyone is busy on their phone.
And right now, I can even give you an example. Like, I've been in the UAE for five years. I've not even seen my kids. I don't know how they're doing. You know, there was that connection amongst our parents, my mom. You grow up like you're seeing your parents.
They're
know,
installing values.
like installing when you see something, you know, that your kid has done wrong. You know what is really happening. But now I cannot even know what my kids are doing way back in my country. So I think we need. It's even lie with our African society. You know, if we're not in the situation where we have to leave our countries to come and look for greener pastures, I think we'll groom our kids in a rightful way. Yes, because every day we see you have to leave work, come to work. Okay, your family is away. You have to just connect with them on the phone. So it becomes a little complex to get the relationship together with your kids. Let's not just put it to the relationship of only the kids, and you know, even with the people we live.
Yes.
Because love is not all about the kids and you know and our wives, even the people that we live around. Today you may be wanting money.
Yes.
For someone to just give you.
True.
You're having a problem and just need somebody to give you a dirham. Okay?
And no one can
help you to that. But our great parents, when they used to have problems, they used to have
to run to the neighborhood.
Even they used to have that drum. You know, there is a neighborhood who
has lost someone. People will hear.
Yeah, people gather and then they're like, what is happening here?
Yes, true.
So, me, I believe
that was real love.
Yeah, that was the love that we need even today.
And what he said, why do you think this is something we cannot retrieve again? Like we cannot have, because you mentioned like this is something we cannot have again.
Think we cannot have it again.
Why do you think so?
Because of how the things are moving. Like the world is just, things are changing. Every year things are changing.
But me, I can object a little bit. I think we can have it again.
Because it starts with you.
Yes,
like you
I think we can have it again. We can have it again because it's from you
to me
to somebody else. We can have it again. We can surely have it again. Because you see, like what Amuso is doing right now, this one is going not even in places that you're going to see. It's going by far. So it's kind of like love. The words that we're speaking now, people are going to receive it in the whole world, and they will know where they have to pick it up from.
Exactly.
Maybe if it's a relationship where you're having relationship problems, you'll have to know that this is the rightful way I have to treat my neighbor.
Yeah, based on that also, because why I object a little bit, like, we cannot change the whole world, but we can try small with our own society. What does it benefit me to live in an environment where no one loves me, like I'm an enemy to everyone because of character, because of behavior? You understand? Like, you will meet me and you cannot even say hi, or I cannot say hi, and you're like, that girl, she's arrogant, she's rude, she's this. You understand? So it means like there is no love. So at the end of the day, you're left alone in your own corner.
And actually, that's where it starts from. Yes. It starts from arrogancy, being rude, okay? And not putting yourself to associate with others. But still, you have to be smart when you're associating with people.
Yes.
Still.
That's true.
Because there are other people who have lost it with love. They are dead and gone. But then we have to bring them back. But we don't have to do it at the right full time when they need to be done. You just have to bring it slow by slow by slow. And then you teach them how to love. And this is what we are delivering now. We are delivering a message of love.
Yes.
And this is what we're trying to do. We are reaching out to the whole world, and we're trying to explain the importance of what?
Of love. And we can have a society
and we
where
can,
people love each other.
Yes.
Like you said.
Yes.
I remember back in the days when I would go to the village. And when someone dies from the neighborhood, another village, you will hear, like you said, you will hear drums, you'll hear people honing.
They're doing,
like, and if you had gone to the garden, I would see.
And actually in West
Africa,
they will come back. Actually in West Africa, in Western Uganda, today, in their place, when somebody dies, you see people coming with firewood.
Yes, that's what they used to do.
I've given a cow.
Yes.
I've given this. So you're not left by yourself on a funeral when you miss your loved one. You get?
But I think it's so much in the village. Why is it not in the
urban?
Because in the urban we've lost
people
that. People are rushing to doing their, they are doing that, so they forget.
They think money.
They think about money. Wake up, go to work. Yes.
Do you know that someone can have a neighbor and they have never seen that person? They have never even spoken. But tomorrow you'll be in your room and you'll have malaria attack.
Yeah.
And this person cannot help you.
And there's not even a car to take you to hospital.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you need this person. So what do we need to do? Mr. Nick, you mentioned something about what used to happen, then it's difficult for it to happen now. Why do you think so?
I think nowadays the problem is like people are focusing into social media so much. Because someone can get a problem instead of calling anyone can help, or
an ambulance. Yes.
They pick up their phones and start recording, looking for likes, which is not good. So that's why I was.
So it means people are cold-hearted.
Yeah. Sure. That's it.
And like civilization has taken over to some extent.
So much.
Yeah. What about? I also see some videos when somebody's dead and people are taking like selfies with the dead.
It's all driving to that.
It's all about the social media thing, social media and the civilization thing. So,
but I think it's when you reach a point of doing such a thing, from the beginning, Mr. Ephraim mentioned about love and starting with you loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, it means that you will be able to separate it, and it means you have humanity. You know this humanity and
Ubuntu.
Yes, Ubuntu. and that's we call it empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
You'll be empathetic,
Yeah.
because you see someone hurt. The first thing, because you would say, if I'm hurt, what would be the first thing?
And even reducing it to that, you reduce it to that, like you sleep with someone in the same house and someone is not even having food to eat.
Tell me about
Yes,
it.
like someone, you're sleeping together, someone is not having even food to eat. Okay, but you cannot even sponsor someone to have something to eat. So how are you gonna record? How are you gonna fail to record the video on the way when someone gets an accident? Okay, it's what drives me back to you when we talked about empathy.
Yes.
And the Ubuntu. That's what is missing in the society today. Because people are even lost it in their same houses. How are they gonna
give it
out
yes.
to society? They cannot.
So now when you talk about love as people living in one house, if we let's say we leave it from out and bring it to inside, because at the end of the day it starts from inside. Yes. How parents groom their children, and then they get it outside, and then they spread it outside, right?
Yes.
So it starts with you two people inside. Do you think these days that even two people, two lovers, have a problem with loving one another?
I think you have to first understand the person you're in relationship with, because everyone has his own beraza in our language in Uganda. So you have to study that person. When you're in courtship with someone, there are many things that you face, because every relationship has challenges.
So what are some of the things you'd consider when you're with a person, apart from the fact that this person, when I see him or her, I get butterflies in the stomach?
I think at first is the ways. Ways.
And I think Nikki, even to not put so much the ways, I think we are missing something. Like we get to relationships, maybe with our spouses, before we have to call them, before they're our girlfriends, right? You hear people doing traditional marriages when they've been with people for 1 week, and they're doing traditional marriages.
Because they get, that's why.
Yes, they get attracted by butterflies. And then they're like, this one that I've seen, she's beautiful, and this.
So what you're trying to say, it's better you first
know
someone for a while.
Know the someone you're dating. If you know the someone that you're dating, and then it gives you, it gives you time, it gives her time as well to know
who she is.
Yes, who you are, who she is. You understand? So when it comes like she sees something that you don't like, or you see something that she doesn't like, you respect it, because already you know who the kind of person they are.
True.
So I believe we need to go back to the traditional way of how our grandparents used to do it. Running back to your point.
And still on that same note, I see even when we look at the rates of divorce in this generation compared to then our grandparents and great-grandparents. So when I look at my grandparents, their husband is late. That's my grandfather. But they are still at home. They were two. They are still at home, and they love each other, and they brought these children together. So if someone didn't tell you that these children come from different women, you will not know. It means they used to this thing we are talking about today, which is love. They got it from inside of their bedrooms and took it outside to their children, and then the children showcase it to the society. So when I look at the divorce rates we have in this generation, one, you will hear someone say, she wanted to kill me, or he wanted to stab me.
Or
so
maybe,
which means they are heartless.
Or maybe she doesn't love my kids, and I love her kids.
Exactly.
Because we have even mothers we marry or maybe get in relationships
when
today,
they already have
children.
Yes.
You know, but they cannot embrace our children, but we can embrace their children. So
which is wrong.
Which is wrong. Yeah.
Which is not
wrong.
okay.
It's bad to take a
Yes.
side.
Yes.
Yes.
That still takes us to loving,
love.
right?
Yeah.
Because if you say you love this man and you don't love
embrace
his
the kids.
children,
Yes.
like, what are you talking about? It's like you telling someone, I love you, but I don't love your mother. I don't love your father. Like, what are we on? Are you serious? Or something?
Yeah, if I love your kids, you know, and we're in a relationship, of course you have to love my kids. They're all kids.
Yes.
Let me give you an example. We went, when I was still doing a job, we went to visit a family. So when we went to visit that family, we realized of later that these kids were not only for the lady in the house. These kids were for the lady and the man, and others were even for both of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like the lady had children before, and the man had children
before,
and both of them had children
so
still.
they had a blended
So
family.
they had a blended family together.
And you would not know.
And you would not even notice that these children don't belong to the man, these children don't belong to the lady. You understand? And what they would get for the day is what they would eat.
Share all.
They would share everything.
Yes.
You understand?
And
so that's when I go back to Nikki's point, like
civilization
has taken over.
People are parenting on social media.
Exactly.
People are parenting through social media. People don't have time for children.
People are even getting relationships from social media,
yes,
online, which
and
is another problem. You've not seen someone for a year,
and you're chatting.
Yeah, you're chatting online. You've never seen, you know.
You've not interacted.
You've not even bonded. You don't know the person. And then you're having a relationship and you're calling
butterfly love.
You understand?
Butterfly love.
So,
that's what I call
so
it.
This is what Nikki talked about relationships and civilization.
So I've noticed that you and Nikki have been friends for some time. You've been together through challenges. What I would like you to share, what are some of these things that have made you people be friends for such a good time? Yeah, I know there are challenges as human beings. You get ruffles here and there, but at the end of the day, you fix them and you move on. What are those things that make you people like respect, love each other?
I think first thing is respect.
Yes.
You have to respect.
Wow. True.
Because love comes from, when you love someone, what follows is respect.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so.
And then in comparison with the with the business and what we do amongst each other, there's a way, like, even though you've not fought somebody, or maybe you've not went into quarrel with somebody, there are people that you cannot get the attachment. But me and Nikki, the day he dropped here,
the connection,
it was the vibe, like that frequency. That frequency entered straight. So I put myself in his shoes and understood him the way he was. That's why I told you before. Okay?
Yes.
That's why I told you, like, I've been there and I know how it feels. Like, you don't have food, you don't have accommodation, and this is UAE. So there are some situations where you just have to understand. It's not kind of like I understand him more than I understand others. There are others that I don't even understand. But our connection and the vibe and the love is what is binding us together.
So what are those things, like you mentioned respect, what are those things that make you people be together? Like, you're like, even if I had a fight with Nikki yesterday, he's still my man.
And I can even tell you, I've not fought with Nikki at ever.
Wow.
Not even for once.
Wow.
Not even with Fiona. We've not fought whatsoever. We've never had a fight. We've been like this, intact. We sort out our issues. If there is a problem, they chip in.
You talk about
regardless. No, it doesn't need money.
You just talk about stuff.
The love.
Yes.
Okay? I may be having, or maybe he may not be having. He may be having, I'm not having. But the chip in. It makes everything like, you know, the frequency. It connects, right?
True.
Yeah. So, bottom line, it's love. Because at the end of it all, there is nothing that comes with it.
What are some of the things that because love, it's like you telling me, love, let's say it's this glass. What sustains this glass to
is
stay
what is
longer?
inside there.
What, like for example, handling it, if I mishandle it, it can break. So what are some of those things that we need, even if now, we still need in this time to show, to be in this aspect of love?
I think it's care.
Yes.
Check on someone. You know,
care.
You can even be living in the same house, Nikki, and you don't even say good morning to each other, but you're living in the same house. I may be in my petition. Maybe I came back stressed from work.
Because I remember there is a day I was very sick, and I was there in the petition. He was texting me, and at the end of the day, he brought me a medicine. So
you get so
Caring.
there's
care. It's good
little things, but people prefer maybe they're waiting to get millions. No, it's just simple
Small
things.
things.
Yeah, small things. They add up.
Understanding one another.
Exactly.
Respect.
They add up, and then, you know, that's
Yeah.
what we call mutual respect at the end of the day. Because respect you give is what you earn. If you don't respect yourself, you cannot earn respect whatsoever. That's it. But
let me tell you this. And if you give or if you love someone, you may not get back, but your kids
will
they
receive
will
it.
Yeah, they will.
Wow, that's a big
Yeah.
They will.
point.
yeah,
That's a big point.
yeah, because there are some things we don't do for people, because people will always disappoint you.
True.
Yes, that's a big
But
point.
God
because
God
Some
will
people
see
give
you.
when they want to
Yeah,
get back.
yeah.
But
Yes.
just give.
Just
It's okay,
give. Just
Your
give.
kids will
Yes.
get.
You get with this hand, you receive from this
Yes.
one.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned that. I remember I did a video about people taking money from people. You know, people, and at the end of the day, you make someone cry, right? When you make someone cry, it's like when you say that when you give, you may not receive instantly,
Yes.
but you're sowing a seed for your
For your
children,
children,
for your
yeah.
generation. So if you make someone cry for a reason that you would have controlled, you're sowing a bad seed to your generation.
Also, you know, there are even people who are murderers in society. You've seen them, right?
Yeah.
They kill
We
people.
get cases.
We get
from
cases
social
of
media.
murderers, right?
Yes.
It may not come with you. Maybe you steal somebody's money. It may not come with you.
Yeah.
But
you're
your
paying
great,
something.
your great, it may miss you. You don't even go to jail. But your great grandchildren, they'll
like
get
we
it in
see
return.
in the Bible.
Yeah.
When David wanted, when he
jumps
took
your
over
generation.
a woman and killed the owner of the woman, and then the children ended up suffering. You see the story of Absalom and stuff like that. It's something that they are paying for. It's like we now, we are paying for the sin of Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
Right?
True.
For the forbidden fruit.
Yeah, so this thing recurries. So we need to do good. We need to love. We need to respect. We need to give. Because love comes with giving.
And then these people who have loved and they're tired.
You don't get tired
No.
of loving, yes.
I can tell you.
Yeah. Because
There are people who have loved and they have loved. That's another point.
in Luganda
And
they say abantu tebagalika.
bakoye. Abantu bakoye, baby. Nga bakoye. Like, I'm also like, you find someone and she cannot even accept you to get to her veranda because she loved people and people
disappointed them. Because people don't have what you expect them
Exactly.
to give.
To what I said.
Exactly.
You love now, but you get a refund to the person.
But this is something. This is something that when you love, at the end of the day, you're doing good.
And you know, there are people who are created to love, like they're lovers.
Yeah.
And people think it's a
They're
weakness,
stupid,
and they're
yes.
stupid for that. That's a different thing.
And
as
they
well.
suffer.
And they
because
suffer a lot.
They get betrayed.
I tell you, my mom has loved. My mom has loved. She lives in England. She has loved and loved and loved until when she was like, I cannot love anymore. Until when she she got into herself, loved herself, and then she got back to love other people.
Yes, you need to go back to self-love.
You get
self-discovery.
So the self-discovery, that's when you evaluate yourself and you're like, am I with the rightful people?
Yeah.
Am I doing the rightful thing with these people that I'm living with? Because every time we evaluate ourselves, Nikki, right? You evaluate. If I do something wrong to you, Mama, I'll evaluate myself. I'm like, today I hurt Nikki. Today I hurt,
But if you can, I'm just thinking about what Nikki said, Mr. Nikki said earlier on, like, if you can take a video of an accident, someone is bleeding, and when you see blood, there is this hypertension that comes inside, your heart starts beating, and you take a video and you post it on social media, or even mob justice. People are killed in mob justice, but people are standing, taking videos, making it go viral, yet they can help save a situation. Like, people are that heartless. But at the end of that day, these are the same people who expect to be loved by others, to be shown love.
We drive to that. We're like, we need to revise.
So what do we do?
We just need to revise, and we get back to the grassroots. It's like when you build a house. When the foundation is not laid. You build a house, the foundation is not laid. You put it on a foundation that is not laid. What do you do?
Collapse.
You go back to the foundation, dig it down, and then start the house again. So we need to just find out where we went wrong and put it right. Because what supports the tree is the root.
Okay, I'll stick to one thing. Just spread love.
Yeah.
It's okay, you spread love to the people. Even though they don't love you back, it's okay.
It's fine.
For us in our country, we say we need to be ansi.
Things of the world. But one thing happens is when let's say two people love each other and perhaps another one disappoints, this is emotions involved. You're taking someone to depression, you're sending someone into suicidal visions and stuff like that, because when you love someone, you commit yourself to be with them, right? And the end of the day, as you said, you need to study people. Then you come to realize that your partner is off.
I believe, it's when we make choices and we make wrong choices. The same way we live along the bedroom part of it, or the relationship part of it. It's like when I give my heart to my fellow man,
as a friend,
and I get disappointed. It's the same.
Yes, exactly.
I can be here and I get someone who is better than someone that I've been living with. I'm not going to stay with this person.
But you see the connection. God forbid you and Nikki get such. But let's say the love, because you've been with each other, you love each other as friends. There is this confidence and trust you build. Right?
So you think Nikki is my first friend?
I know, but you have wounds.
Yes.
But you have wounds.
And I'm still giving chances.
Wow.
Yes.
So like you said, just keep loving.
I'm just giving chances.
I think those wounds you get experience.
Yes, I'm just giving chances. And still I'm still getting friends.
Yes.
Yes, we're still getting friends. So friends.
You keep loving.
You keep loving.
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
At the end of the day, for me, I believe that going back to the roots, we should go back to God.
Let me tell you something. Our parents, I remember my dad growing up. He used to have a shop where my dad used to be, like every time he comes from work, and that shop is where we used to pick things to use at home for the next day.
Oh, it was a shop,
yes,
a retail shop.
It was a retail shop, but he would still sit with his friends. Maybe they are drinking their local brew, but they are talking about the next things they have to do tomorrow.
Yes.
And those friends, even though one gets missing, one dies. Okay, my dad will still look after those kids.
Yes.
But today,
where is that love today?
No way. Where? You get missing, your kids will nash. Your kids will suffer. Seriously, I'm telling you. But that's why we're trying to look for solutions.
Yes.
And to go back to the way our great-great-parents used to do these things.
And what you said goes back to what he said, that at the end of the day, your children will benefit from that.
Exactly.
But then, if you have these children, you say you're a friend to me, and I pass on, like, I would say I have a friend of mine who passed on a few years ago. But when she died in labor. She died in labor, and the kid is there. But I might not be helping this kid because he has a family, take care of him. But I have this heart of always asking, how is he? How is he? How far has he grown? There is that joy that I
Amuso, not everything you're going to do is going to be with money.
Yes, exactly.
That's why people fail. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna help you every time with money.
Exactly.
I can just tell you a word that can change your life. Only a word.
Yes.
Just tell you that do this and that, you know.
An advice.
Yeah, we have me and you, we have a life experience together.
Yes.
We have a life experience together. You get? It's not kind of like people. The only thing where they get it wrong.
They think
like,
it's all about money.
No way.
That's where our values have gone.
It's not. It's not all about money. I can be having a lot of money and I don't know how to use it.
And still be heartless.
And be heartless.
And lose a person and no one comes to your gate.
True. And nobody comes to visit you.
Yeah.
You
get
lose,
sick and
alas. You get?
I think Steve Jobs said something like that on his deathbed.
So life values are very, very confusing. So we just need to get to understand how life is supposed to be run. And that's it.
Wow. As we are winding up, it's been a wonderful topic, and it's been a pleasure having you on this topic. It's broad, we cannot finish it all at once. So as we're winding up, I would like each one of you to give us a word, based on the topic. Give a word to our generation, you know, because the generation of our parents is already taken care of, but now us. How do we give love to the society? How do we nurture our children? How do we be ourselves better people with each other? Please have a word. Yes, Mr. Ephraim.
I surely appreciate. This is my first time to be on Amuso Real Talk. As you've said, it's a pleasure, and it's a pleasure hosting me as well for today. As we are winding up, the thing is, what I think like we need to do is to get back to the grassroots. As my point was still even from way before, we just need to revise the things that our parents used to do before. These things are written in books. There is history that was written. So let's just study the history, okay? And let's start with the small things. Small things. It's like me seeing a small insect and I kill it. It needs life, the way you need life. Okay? It's the same way. I've reduced it to an insect, a small insect.
And today actually I killed like 5 cockroaches.
Yes, cockroaches is okay. You can kill them. It's fine. They're disturbing your life. But then, there is sometimes when you see something, maybe even a rat, and you feel like that rat needs love. Okay? There are people who keep rats like pets. Yes.
In India they do.
Yes. There are people who keep cockroaches that we kill like pets.
True.
There are people who cannot even cut chicken. Why? Because they still see like chicken needs life, the same way we need life. So let's go back to the grassroots. Let's study history. Let's keep ourselves informed, and then we'll have to know the basics that we have to follow to love again.
Wow.
Yes, to love again.
Okay, me, I'll stick to my point. I think this love of long ago will not come back. So me, I'll stick to my point.
Yes.
I gave all my points, and I think it won't come back. The first thing I said, it is social media, because someone can get an accident and someone records him or her. So I think those things don't used to be there. long ago. So I think we cannot move that. And another thing is I thank Amuso for the host. And guys, this page is fire. This page is fire.
Thank you.
So just hit the button.
Yeah,
Subscribe, like, comment.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, it's a pleasure. I'm so humbled. Now, I would like to say a big thank you to the viewers of Amuso Real Talk. And I know that for sure you have been inspired, you have learned something, and you just take notes. Take notes, because I know that in every word that has been spoken, there is a word for you. You take what you need and you leave what you don't need. So, I would still want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Industry Machines Uganda. Send them an email. Send Mr. Ikonyat Festus an email at ikonyatfestus@gmail.com. Go to www.industrymachines.com. So they will be going down there. You see their contacts, their details. Just go to them and they will get you taken care of. Thank you very much. It's been me, Amuso Eunice from Amuso Real Talk. Thank you so much, the team that makes Amuso Real Talk happen. We love you.